He started at CP+B as a creative over 20 years ago, but has moved up to the executive ranks. Does Chuck Porter miss the old life? This is Media Beat.
Look, things change.
Anyone with a camera and a computer
Right now,
can
so
do
we
it.
should pay attention to
What's the
where
user
we all
value
do. We evolve.
Chuck, so how is the evolution of the advertising industry impacting the role of the ad agency? Is it significant? I mean, it's obviously very digitally and socially driven. And
that's too hard a question. I can't answer that. That's too hard a question.
Is it too vague, too broad?
Well, it's not too vague. It's too, yeah, it's I don't think anyone knows yet. You know, I don't think, you know, obviously we have a lot of people in the agency who are 25 years old who live in a different world than I do, okay? They live in a different world than my daughters do because they're 6 years older than them, you know what I mean? The world is changing pretty rapidly, and the way that people communicate and interact with each other is changing all the time, you know what I mean? So we really don't sort of, we really don't focus a lot on how do we keep up. The way we keep up is we hire kids because they're up, you know? And we really don't focus, I mean, I'm not a futurist, and we've never really paid a lot, we've never really spent a lot of time thinking about where are we going to be in a year, where are we going to be in 2 years or 5 years or whatever. When I first came to the agency, I was a freelance writer, right? And I had never worked for an advertising agency, ever. So I didn't know about projections or marketing plans or stuff. What I knew how to do was to do like good work right now. So I said, okay, that's what this agency is going to be about. What we're going to be about is do something great today. Before you go home tonight, do something great. And everything else will take care of itself. And everything did. And I think we're still that agency. I think we have technologists and UX people and stuff like that, and people who are doing really interesting things with new media and technology and stuff like that. But what they're really focused on is not where are we going to be in the future. They're like, let's do something great for Microsoft or Domino's or whomever right now today. And I don't really know if I would ever do it any differently.
Whether it be creative, media, whatnot, what like overall qualities do you look for in like a strong candidate?
Well, I mean, we have a list, and it comes from early on when we first started out and we were little and we didn't have a lot of money and we couldn't hire people with lots of experience. So we sort of created a list that goes brains, talent, passion, curiosity, and experience in that order. And I think that I hope that that's still where we are. We've gotten big, and obviously I don't interview everyone that's coming by, but that's what we've always hired for, and I hope that that's where we still are.
Okay, so that the characteristics have stayed the same since the beginning.
I think so.
Yeah.
You know, you can teach someone advertising in a week. You can't teach someone talent or passion or curiosity. They either have that or they don't.
So what are your keys, your top keys to success in the ad industry?
Whatever I say is going to sound corny or self-serving or, you know, negative.
Have you heard some of the panel discussions?
Yeah, I've heard some of that. I don't know. You know, I think I would say the key is this: don't do it unless you love it. I mean, if you really love it, if you really love, you know, creating an interactive experience, or if you really love making a TV spot or whatever, then you should do it because it's really a lot of work. And if you don't really love it, it will be just that. It'll be work, you know. We've never, like, brought in, like, ping pong tables or stuff for people to take a break and play because our attitude's always been, if you don't think this is fun, either you're doing it wrong or you should get another job. So I think figure that out first. Figure out if this is something you really love to do. And then if it is, you know, do just exactly what you'd expect. Work hard, listen to smart people, and go like that. And ultimately end up owning your own agency because that's a good job.